Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, and I am exhausted. I'm exhausted with this season. I'm exhausted that it comes on so damn late. Maybe I should just record these in the mornings. I don't know. Anyways, we're reviewing Married at First Sight, the Afterparty, episode 7. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. Y'all already know how it goes. Show your girl some love. And let's talk about some of the lies, because there was a lot of lying in this episode. So the cast members on today's episode are Katina, Mark, and Michael. We finally get to see Michael. Mike admits that, before they got to the Michael segment, they were talking about the bedbug situation. And basically he was just saying, this is Mark. Mark is just saying it's unfortunate that him and his landlord no longer have a great relationship. They haven't spoken since the bedbug situation. So that is done. All right. Moving on to Mike. Keisha asks Mike about the whole yelling thing. No, not the yelling thing. We're not there yet. About the female roommates situation. And he admits that he was being combative because he already knew he was in the wrong, but he was too far in to accept that he was wrong.
I think I went too much trying to prove my point. I think what I was trying to say was I wasn't intentionally trying to hide this because I wanted to get away with having women roommates. But I just didn't want her to think I was trying to lie to her.
Basically, he was riding on his ego. His ego had got him this far and he did not want to be bruised. So he continued to fight knowing that he was wrong. And that seems to be a theme when it comes to Michael, because in regards to the yelling situation, Keisha's asking do you think maybe you viewed it wrong because it was in the heat of the moment? And even after showing the clip, he's not willing to stand 10 toes down and saying that Jasmina really didn't interrupt him.
Do you have a different perspective?
So I understand her position. Seeing the clip, I feel like in the moment, it probably felt more tense in my head just because I know it's a touchy topic.
Yeah.
She didn't interrupt me, it looks like.
When they were having a conversation with Pastor Cal, the reason why he got so heated was not because she was bringing up the yelling. He's aware that he did raise his voice. He's aware that he was being combative. But what he didn't like was being painted as somebody who was aggressive, because that made him feel like she was saying she's unsafe around him.
Aggressive is like you were threatened by me, or I was being intimidating. There's a whole bunch of connotations to the word aggressive. I was wrong in this situation. I'm Mr. Accountability. But it gets to the point where it's like, all right, you're going too far.
I mean, maybe she does feel unsafe. In a sense, I feel like you kind of do feel unsafe when somebody is so combative with you all the time. Not unsafe in that you need to call for help, but just like, I can't be my true authentic self in this relationship. I don't feel like my feelings will be validated. I don't feel like my opinions will be heard and understood. I feel unsafe. There are many ways of feeling unsafe. So I guess maybe aggressive wasn't the word to use. I would probably agree. I wasn't there though, so I don't know. But I can understand her using that word. If it made her feel unsafe, if your action did seem aggressive, then that's how, I don't know. You know, aggressive and Black people, we really don't like to use that word. So we could be reading into it. I don't know. Moving on to Katina and Ola. She says that when Ola said they haven't consummated their marriage because of him, that actually wasn't true. It really was a mutual decision.
When he said it's my decision, I'm like, that's not true. That wasn't true.
It was mutual.
It was mutual,
Okay.
yes.
How do y'all stop yourself? Because y'all clearly are attracted to each other.
It's more so like, you just release. Like, you just stop
Okay,
touching.
I'm gonna stop you there because that could have gone so many different ways.
That's the wrong word.
That could have gone a whole.
Now, why didn't you say that though? In that moment, why didn't you say that? Because Pastor Cal had asked you, why aren't you really expressing to him how you feel about certain things? Like, he asked her the communication question, and she couldn't really give a straight answer on whether or not she felt like Ola was effectively communicating with her. And then there's a consummation question and she doesn't pipe up at all. Girl, It's giving very much, I'm afraid to, I want to use the word displease, but I know that's grammatically incorrect. Y'all will fill in the blanks. I'm afraid to displease my husband. I'm afraid to make him look bad, you know? So she kind of like stays quiet. And I'm like, girl, he's your husband, not your master, not your... You can speak up. Mark and Lindsay, we're back to them. And Mark shares further about why he decided to pull back in the honeymoon. And he had said that after they slept together the second time, like he doesn't regret sleeping with her, but after the first time, every time after wasn't quite as romantic. So he didn't want to engage in something not being fully engaged.
Something was different. So I thought it was
Different how?
it wasn't as romantic as the first time. And I thought I would let her know, out of respect for you, I don't want to continue to do that with you because I need to build more emotions with you.
Keisha then asks, Keisha girl, you be asking the right questions. Keisha then asks him if what Lindsay said about them sleeping together 3 times before that conversation of him wanting to pull back was true, and he denies it.
From wedding night to that day, we had sex. This is an awkward number, I guess. This is 2.5 times.
You can't kind of have sex. That's like kind of being pregnant, though, Mark. Come on.
She wanted to have sex. I didn't want to. She has no problem in that situation just taking a minute to herself, if you get my drift. She wanted me to like join in. I didn't want to.
This is not looking good. Because so far, like, Lindsay does stuff where I'm like, wow, Lindsay, I totally get you. And then she does other things where I'm like, yo, you are wild. Because why say we've been intimate all this time? I don't even understand where it was coming from. When clearly he's kind of shown you that he didn't want to engage. I mean, unless he's lying. Are they both? How can they both be lying? I don't understand their relationship. Some days I'm on their side. Some days I'm not. Today, actually, in the review of the episode, I actually was on Lindsay's side. Now I'm not on Lindsay's side. Mark, you need to speak up more. You need to be a little bit more assertive when it comes to this woman. Don't let her full-on nature and her lack of filter run you into the ground. The group then discusses how they felt about Chris and Alyssa's decision Chris's decision, really, to split. And Katina is still being very defensive in Alyssa's favor.
Alyssa should have operated a little bit better in the situation and put a little bit more effort. But I also understand if you don't like someone, you shouldn't be forced to move in. If you don't want to do those things, you don't have to do that.
After knowing what you know and seeing what you've seen, you still want to root for her? You still want to defend her? Katina has a problem with speaking up in general. She just has, I don't, Katina girl, something ain't right. Something is not right here. The guys, on the other hand, are commending Chris for his decision, as they should. And they hope that Alyssa is able to reflect on this experience, because, you know, she loves to call it an experience, and can see that how she treated Chris was not okay. That's really the only position everybody should hold. And the fact that Katina can still be on Alyssa's side makes me side-eye her. Anyways, I know I said I wanted to give the spoilers, and some people are like, no spoilers, and some people are like, yes, spoilers. So if you're not for spoilers, this is your time to close the video. Close the video. For a third time, close the video. If you're still here, that's your fault. This is a DM that somebody sent me, basically saying who's together, who's not together. And it would have been nice to know beforehand the whole Chris and Alyssa thing. But yeah, this is who's together, this is who's not together. It's always speculation. You never really truly know. But yeah, those are the spoilers. Most of you probably know by now if you are like keen on spoilers. I'm not surprised. Actually, I'm kind of surprised by Mark and Lindsay. Yeah, but the rest, I'm not surprised by. But yeah, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.